Turn the TV down just a little bit, okay? Hey, Bianca.
Hi.
Allie's coming in too. I've got my grandchildren still here and they're eating supper, so I'm gonna run back and forth a lot.
Okay. Well, I have my annoying dogs, so I'm sure they're
Wait a minute. Hi, Kylie. I have to admit everybody in today, so I'll try to keep an eye on that.
Okay. Hello. All right, I'm multitasking, so I'll just wait for people to show up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Charlotte, do you need more milk or you all set? Okay, I'll come back in and check on you in just a little bit. Do you need more ham? Not being a very good grandma right now. Okay.
So we have a few minutes, so I'm just multitasking, and we'll just wait for people to show up.
I'm gonna put my computer in a different room because my dogs are gonna bark as soon as my son. I hope it's soon.
I have no escape. If mine start barking, I'll just mute for a moment. You'll see me silently yell at them. Shut up!
My dogs are loving hearing your dog.
Oh, my dogs have been horrible.
I got 2 big dogs in the house.
Yeah, you do have big dogs.
Mine start howling. It's like
Mine bark when you put them outside. And they bark.
How'd you get in, Kim? I didn't admit you.
Hmm?
Kim snuck in.
I was muted,
there you are.
Oh, okay.
but I'm gonna have muted because my family's gonna be eating supper while I'm having this meeting.
I know, so mine is too. My dogs are barking, my family's eating.
My family's getting ready. They're making their dish yet. They're getting ready.
We just had first dinner at 3. You know, we're gonna have real dinner. We just eat throughout the day. Yeah.
We're eating yesterday's ham and Brussels sprouts and mac and cheese. I'll be right back. I don't think anybody's waiting to get in here. No, not yet. That's okay? Really, really well. You guys did really good. Thank you. See if there's anybody else here. What time is it? Oh, it's not even 6 yet.
Okay.
I thought it was late. Okay.
No. A minute for 6.
Buddy, you done, honey? Are you done? You done with your plate? You're full? Okay, good.
Oh, it's 6 o'clock.
Grandma's gonna be on the phone for just a little while, okay? And Daddy should be here any minute.
I don't think I'll still get button because I like both of them.
Oh my God. Well, they won't. I'll be real careful that they're not a good bit. Daddy's gonna be here any minute. Here, I hope he will. Okay, I'm gonna give you a treat, okay? Don't tell Mom and Dad. Here you go. Thank you for being so good. Okay? Grandma's gonna be on the phone for just a little while. Okay? There you go. Whoopsie. Okay, now I want you to throw the rest of it in the trash when you're done, okay? Yeah, there you go, it's purple, okay? I love you. Okay. Letting 3 more in. What, sweetie? Purple, it's great. Okay.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, is everybody mute? Hey, Marianne. Who's
Hi.
on your screen?
It's the background. My camera's not working, thank goodness.
Oh. Someone's trying to call me. Well, I have 2 after 6, so let's go ahead and get started here. I'll try to remember to, I'm not used to letting people into the meeting yet.
Sharon Sheeney's supposed to be coming on.
Okay. And I don't see anybody waiting to get in yet. Oh, here's Judy. 2 more.
We're trying to apply for unemployment for the very first time.
Okay, if someone's got news on in the background, if you guys could mute, and if you want to say something, just unmute yourself. And you can speak at any time, but then that way, with so many people on the line, then that way we don't have a lot of interruptions on that. So welcome everybody to our April. I know we talked to each other a lot lately. I have talked to you guys more in the last month than I have in 32 years probably. So this is our April team meeting. We're 1 week behind just simply because it was, I think it was, we were supposed to do Empower conference in Chicago last week. So we moved our meeting to the second week in April, which turned out actually be beneficial. So how'd you guys do with Easter? How'd you celebrate Easter? Did you guys did you, I know it was all different for everybody, right?
Yeah.
Oklahoma.
Did you make a big meal? Did you cook a lot?
A couple of people's.
We did. We had leftovers from the day before.
Yeah, we did too.
And we made frozen pizza last night. It was the weirdest thing ever. And we watched the Trolls movie, the new Trolls movie.
We did too, yeah.
It was cute.
I think a lot
We
of
just
people
had
rented
ham
Trolls.
and potato dish.
So you had ham?
Yeah, I had ham.
We did too. I went to my son's house. I took the chance that I would be
And we had
arrested.
scalloped potatoes with our ham.
Sweet.
So good.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Yep.
Well, we have a few announcements today. Let me go through those really quick. First of all, at our executive call last week, I think it was, the weeks are kind of running together, they gave us some stats for March. And I just wanted to read them off to you guys because I was just amazed because the start of all of this was in March. So we have almost 9,000 new consultants who joined in March.
Wow.
A lot, amazing,
Wow.
considering everything that's going on. We had huge amount of executive director promotions. Let me see if I'm trying to get in. Nope. And more than 10 reached their first month of executive director qualifications, which is a record. So things are still moving in the company, slowly, but they're moving. As far as Disney goes, I know that, let's see, Bianca, you earned Disney. I think you're, Judy, did you earn Disney? She's on mute. I know Bianca.
Yes.
You, Disney, okay. There is no decision yet as far as Disney. Excuse me, just a minute. What? Okay, I'll get you in just 1 second, okay? When it's my turn to not talk. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. It's going to happen a lot. So there's no decision on Disney yet. They're waiting for the travel just to see, you know, what's going to happen with the travel ban. And I can give you my personal opinion, but that's not the official opinion. So as soon as they see some kind of progress in that travel ban, and they're working hand in hand with Disney, they're in touch with Disney all the time to see, you know, if they're going to be up and ready. They're going to make a lot of changes. So no answers yet. Sorry, guys.
Do you think that they would push it back?
I don't know. I don't
Okay.
know what to tell you at all. I haven't heard even a rumor about anything yet. I know that they're really concerned about safety of everybody, so that's their main decision factor in that. So I'm sure we'll hear as soon as they know, and their hands are tied right now. So national conference, that registration date for national conference has been moved to May 4th. Same thing as with Disney. I don't know, you know, McCormick Center has been filled with COVID beds. So that's going to have to be thoroughly cleaned, sanitized, and disinfected before they allow anybody in there after everybody's out. So personally, I think it's not looking good for conference, but we have some time yet. So luckily, we don't have to, well, Bianca, you do have to make airline arrangements.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
But my guess is that once this is lifted, airline rates are going to be really, really cheap.
I don't know. I think the opposite, because they're really hurting right now. But
But they
it's
need to
okay.
get,
I mean,
yeah, they
You
need
know.
to get people flying again.
yeah.
They're starting to fly already.
Are they?
And yeah, again, I guess they're starting to fly.
There's no rule against flying. It's just
Yeah.
who would want to fly right now in that close.
Exactly.
Some people want to go home.
Yeah,
So
exactly. I know. I have a friend who's a flight attendant, and they furloughed thousands of people for Delta. I know. So,
Well.
okay, so nothing on national conference, although registration is moved to the 4th of May. And I know that if we don't go to national conference in Chicago, that they will do it virtually. I do know that. So it will be obviously cheaper for us to attend, a whole lot cheaper for us to attend than that. Let me see. Oh, Gracie's waiting. There's 5 people waiting. Okay. I'm not paying attention to this.
that's the new way to keep a Zoom safe, right?
Yeah, right. I'm not used to watching this.
I'm here.
Hey, sorry guys, I was just apologizing. I'm not used to watching to let people join, and I'm glad Gracie texted me to let me know
Thank you.
that you were guys waiting in the queue. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I wish it would give you like a little, I don't even feel like it alerts you. You have to look at
No,
it.
it doesn't. You got to keep, and then if I'm talking, I'm not paying attention. So I'm so sorry. Thank you, Gracie,
How
for
long
letting
does
me
your
know.
Zoom allow you to go?
What?
How long does the Zoom allow you to go for meetings?
Indefinite. I have a membership in it, so you can
Okay,
go as long.
yeah, because the other ones, we only got 40 minutes and we got cut off yesterday.
Well, and I think that Zoom is allowing people, even if you don't have contract with them, they're allowing you to go longer too.
Well, evidently they weren't allowing my church group to go longer.
So it might not, I heard that they did and then I heard that they weren't, but.
Yeah, now they're not, I guess.
Yesterday, my family, we didn't use my Zoom, and oh, my stove's on. Just a second. I just looked over and the burner's on. Yesterday, my family was on for 2 hours on somebody who wasn't a member. So I don't know if it's just random or what. I don't know.
Yeah.
But okay, so we were just talking about national conference, how it will, if it's not in person, it will be by Zoom. So there will be a national conference. How, we don't know right now. And again,
And you said it's going to be more expensive? Or will it be more
Zoom?
expensive?
no, Zoom would be a lot cheaper.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, let me see if someone else needs to get in.
Sherry, are you saying that they're either thinking of, we have it as is, which probably won't happen, or it will be on Zoom at the same time? They're not thinking like they'll bump it out a few months.
I haven't heard anything about changing the date. Actually, I haven't heard anything about it at all.
Oh, I thought you were telling us executive secrets, Sherry.
No, they haven't said anything. No, I would lose my job.
There have
They
been
haven't
some
said anything
suggestions.
about it yet, yeah. So, except that they've moved the registration date to May 4th. So, but there will be a conference, we just don't know. So, I want to encourage you guys to keep taking, how many of you have taken the webinars? Pampered Chef is offering awesome classes, really great classes, twice a week, 3 times, maybe 4 times a week, on Mondays, Wednesdays, and then, of course, you know, there's the coffee talk and everything else. So there is so much training, almost overload in training on virtual parties and all kinds of things. I've got so many books of notes now on different topics. So please, please, please take those. If you can't be on the call, they're always recorded. So make sure that you, and you do have to register. So go into STIR and register, see what classes there are, when they are, and register for them.
Okay.
Make sure that you're checking on back orders and stop sales. There's going to be a lot of them, and the longer this takes to get resolved, the more there's going to be. We're starting to get a few orders from China for our products from China now, so we're filling up our stock a little bit at a time, but we have more consultants and people are still selling, so they're still going out the door. In particular, the air fryers, they're on a 2-week back order. So go into STIR every week, at least once a week, to check what's on back order and stop sell. Right now, the stop sales are the rock crocs. We're having a real problem with the rock crocs. There's various times when they expect them to come in, mostly in May, so it's not a long stop sale.
But not the grill stone, right?
Right, yeah, right. Let's see, the everyday pan back order in May would be, yeah, you're right. And the microplane course grater is also in stop sale. That was as of, I think, late last night. But check on that often. And then you should all be aware by now that everybody's order defaults automatically to be sent directly to them. No longer, yeah, Missy?
That's not true because I entered an order today and I had to change it.
Happened to me too.
Really? Okay,
Yeah.
I would call tech support because it is supposed to automatically default and go directly to the customer.
Okay.
So I would call tech support on that and have them check your computer out, or maybe there's just, you know, I'm on direct ship, so I don't know what's happening for
Yeah.
you guys, if it shows up that it's direct ship or,
Okay.
you know,
I
automatically.
was gonna say double check because I just got a can opener in the mail on Saturday, and I said I didn't order the can opener, and it was someone from my fundraiser party.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I would definitely let tech support know that because it should be direct ship.
Defaulting.
They
Okay.
did announce that. So if you're not getting direct ship, call tech support. Okay, that is for safety reasons. So I know that for a fact. So I would definitely contact that. If you're doing a Zoom party of any kind, if you guys are not into that yet, we want to talk about that. But Pampered Chef has now put together a background that you can use for like their home office or things like that, that you can use Pampered Chef's background for your background in Zoom. I was going to try it today, but I've got the kids here and I didn't have a chance to do that. You can download the images to your desktop and then add them to Zoom. And there's instructions on how to do that as well.
Sherry, I don't know if you guys saw on Director Success, Penny started a Zoom group because she did that Zoom call the other day on how to do Zoom parties. So she started a group on that, which seems, I haven't really had time to even look at it, but it seems like it'll be helpful.
Yeah, Penny did a call last week, I can't remember what, Thursday or something like that, where some people who've been doing Zoom parties helped to train all of us who are new to that. And it was a really good call. I think she recorded it and it's in that site. So Gracie, do you know what the name of that site is? Is it?
I'll look at it right now. I forget the exact.
Okay. I've been in it a lot, but I didn't pay attention to the name of it. Okay.
I don't know. I'm an admin of it now too, and I don't even know the name of it. So.
There's two.
Pampered Chef Zoom Party Success Group.
Okay, Pampered Chef Zoom Party Success Group. And it's really got some great
And make
tips.
sure you answer the questions and put your consultant number. We won't approve you. Penny's like,
Okay,
we need to know those things. We're not accepting people if they don't follow the rules.
so this is the admin. I know they're being really strict, which is a good thing. It's okay to do that. Okay, so much. Anybody have any other announcements or anything right now before we go on to recognition? Okay, so recognizing those of you who have earned and I'm doing my first line, so oh no, I'm not doing my first line, I'm doing, for this recognition, I'm doing is everybody that I could come up with. The mini cast iron skillets, has anybody gotten theirs yet? You did? Awesome. I've heard a lot of people say they're waiting and waiting and waiting. So who we have on our downline that has earned them so far is Diana Curtis, who's here, Heather Neff out in California, Karen Josephis, Penny Parks, Gracie Sassano, who's online with us, Molly Pellegrino, Christine Reese, Robert North, Wendy Ugoda. Let me see if anybody's trying to get in. No, and Judy Emmons, who's here. So congratulations, you guys. Are they cute? I haven't gotten mine yet. Do you like them?
I haven't received them yet.
Okay.
And they must be going kind of slow because I earned them early on.
The distribution is taking a lot longer because they're distancing and they're not having as many people in the distribution center. So I know everything is being shipped a little slower right now. Plus FedEx is really, really busy, so they're slow too. So I think we can add almost 5 days to our delivery time from what we're normally expecting, which isn't bad considering everything that's going on right now. I just really appreciate that people are volunteering to work in the distribution center. I think we said at one of our calls before that if you guys, I've sent a thank you note to the distribution center, because if they were not working, we would not be able to do our job at all. And so they are purely doing it by volunteer people, and we really owe them a big thank you for keeping us in business right now. Not all direct sales companies are able to do that right now. So, hi Sharon.
Hi, I'm trying to unmute so you guys don't hear me working in the background here.
That's okay, I can see you. If you make noise, I can mute you. You're okay.
Okay.
Okay, so we are still having up to the 15th. So for 2 more days, we still can have our starter kit for the 1980. And like I said, we had almost 9,000 people join Pampered Chef in March. So they extended it just through the 15th of April. And I know, Gracie, you've added people to your team. Judy, I think you have added people to your team. I just added somebody to our team. So people are signing up. Hi, Kim, see you in there. Hi, Steve, Kim. So people are still looking for an income. You know, a lot of people have had their income cut short or not at all. And there are a lot of successful virtual parties going on right now. So don't think that it's not a good time to offer the opportunity to anybody. I'm gonna go through, hold on just a minute. My son just came. Talk amongst yourself. I'll be right back.
Quick, everyone start talking.
Judy, what are you making?
I am cross-stitching.
I know it. Hold it up. Well, it's pretty.
Geez, that's so pretty.
Thanks. It's hard to see with it's a church if you can't tell. And I started it like 4 years ago.
Boy, oh boy, I'm in the process of doing something old too. I started something, yes, it started in 95.
Girl, you need to finish that. Oh, it's beautiful.
I graduated high school in 95.
Well, I've got something else that's older, but I'm trying to finish up old projects.
My cat just discovered me doing cross stitch, so I don't get it done. He tries to eat it. Like it's funny, but I can't get much done.
Well, he wants your attention.
Lindsay's got cross stitch up there. I know she's really good at it.
No, I'm quilting.
Oh,
Oh,
quilting.
cool.
That's cute.
Yeah, I did a block exchange So probably 7, 8,
We're
9
telling
years
about old things that we started a long time ago, Sherry.
Like cleaning my house.
Ah,
Yep.
Missy, what were you saying? You did a block exchange?
Yeah, I used to be before I worked. But I was living in Texas. I was part of a block exchange where one person was Queen Bee and she picked the block and then everybody sent her that block. Well, I didn't finish my 2 blocks that I need to finish, and now, so I'm doing that today. This week, I'm finishing it. So far, I've finished 2 quilt tops using
Wow.
old blocks that I made years ago. So
Wow.
I'm getting there.
ah.
I see a little one and I see a dog. Okay, so let's get back to recognition here. Oh, well, just really quick on some topics that I forgot to do on announcements. You guys all remember that we are doing the sale through April. This is a really good sale, $20 for these items. You can find that in Stir. And you can find the flyer also in our market imagery. So $20 package deals, really, really good ones that you want to offer to your guests. And then Enrichables, this is a phenomenal deal, 30% off Enrichables. This is the lifetime of your subscription. If someone should subscribe, or you yourself should subscribe, 30% off the lifetime of their subscription. So a lot of people are looking for ways to eat healthier, and I've actually been starting to use them now too.
So that's every month. It goes for the entire subscription, no matter how. Okay.
As I read it, yeah, for the entire, let me read real quick here. Lifetime of your monthly subscription, yep. So if you sign up now, you get a 30% discount the lifetime of your subscription, which is a great, great deal on that. Okay, so for recognition, they're doing something new, and I'm not really sure why, if it's just for this COVID period or whatever, but they're not sending PC dollars out. They're giving the people who order them serial numbers. So I can't actually hand out PC dollars to you guys anymore, except for the ones that I have that are old. I'm going to be able to email you those of you who've earned PC dollars. I'm going to be emailing you a serial number for your PC dollars.
That's great.
So, yeah, so don't lose that email. When you go to use your PC dollars, you always have to put the serial number in anyway, so that's all you need. You don't need the physical PC dollar. So when I call your name off and tell you how many PC dollars you've earned, I will get that to you. Some of you will be getting the paper dollar, some will be getting the email with the serial number in it. And so, just so you know, I didn't want you to wonder what was going on. So I have recognition for just the Clausen team. Patty's not on the call as far as I can see. And there's 2 people waiting to get in. Hold on. Okay, we'll let those guys in. So in the Clausen team, each month you can earn Pampered Chef dollars, and I will be sending out March's and April's together. I'm behind on March, and I apologize for that. If you are green by the 15th, then you will be receiving 1 Pampered Chef dollar, and those green by the 15th are Diana Curtis, Lori Koning, Pamela Soper, Erin Isley, Carla Ryan, Mary Hunt, Mary Geetson, Steve Lodenstein, Holly Cole, Karen Josephus, Darla Cole, Chris Rockers, Penny Parks, Gracie Sassano, Rebecca Klein, Molly Pellegrino, Christina Reese, and Diana Whaley, and Robert Norris, and Judy Emmons were green by the 15th of March. Of course, we haven't hit that yet for April. So on our director team, you also earn PC dollars for the amount of sales you turn in. 1 PC dollar for $7.50 in sales, 2 PC dollars for $12.50 in sales, 3 for $2,500, and 4 for $5,000. I'll be reading the totals off in just a minute. And then you receive 5 PC dollars for sponsoring a new consultant, and 1 PC dollar for each 3 DASH classes that you take during the month and you report to your director. So that's how we earn PC dollars. And here is our totals for the Clausen team. First Line Clausen team and directors. For the month of March, Penny Park's total sales in the month of March were $9,890, and she earned 15 PC dollars. Karen Josephus sales were $5,207, and she earned 10 PC dollars. Judy Emmons sales were $3,386, and she earned 9 PC dollars. Christine Reese, her sales were $3,280, and she earned 4 PC dollars. Diana Whaley, $1,069, and she earned 2 PC dollars. And Hattie Benazda, $867, and she earned 1 PC dollar. So congratulations to those 3 top directors, Penny, Karen, and Judy. And then I just wanted to tell you, Christina Reese just closed out almost a $3,000, I don't see her on this call, almost a $3,000 fundraiser today that she held. Yeah, that's amazing. That's a lot of meals, a lot. And she did it by herself, not her team. So that was her personal fundraiser. That's pretty awesome. Almost, not quite $3,000 in sales. I'm pretty proud of her for that. Okay, so the top person on our consultants was Mary Hunt, earning 4 PC dollars. Her sales were $1,784. Lori Koning, she earned 2 PC dollars, and Mary Geetson 1. Let me see who else is on this call. Diana Curtis, 1 PC dollar. Steve Lodenstein, 1 PC dollar. And I think that's all that who are on this call on the First Line Clausen team. So congratulations, you guys. You'll either get a serial number from me or paper, PC dollars from me. In this week, sometime this week, as soon as I feel brave enough to go to the post office. Let's toot your own horn for the month of March. Anybody want to brag on themselves? This is the time to do it. I know I've got some people on here that are not in my first line, and I don't want to leave you out. Gracie, Bianca, Anne, Missy.
Can I say I'm just not feeling braggadocious this month?
Yeah. Yep, you can. I'm there with you. Yep. I know,
So,
Gracie, you did pretty good.
I did pretty good in March, and I was so nervous because we really started. We're in Connecticut, where I am in Connecticut. We're so close to New York. We were like shutting down early, and I was shutting us down before everyone else was shutting down because I'm crazy like that. So I was so worried about my parties, and I couldn't believe when people were still buying stuff. Like this month already, I'm at like 5,700, and I have still so many parties, and I can't even believe that people are buying this much stuff. I'm shocked. I
So
definitely.
Gracie, what are you doing to get this?
I'm doing nothing different. That's what I'm saying. People are just actually buying in the parties. But I definitely started to, like, I listened to that spotlight call with Steven where he gave all those different words. And so I've been using anybody that I'm messaging at all. I'm definitely using the words of between Steven's words and Grace's cabin fever words, because I feel like that makes a difference. If you don't acknowledge it, then people are definitely not going to book. Like being able to, like saying up front, I know people are bored, they need a distraction, everyone's cooking, they need these ideas. Like being able to say that, I feel like has been helpful and has turned around some people that said no to me at first. So
You're coming in. Okay.
Missy, can I brag on Missy?
Yeah.
She closed out her month last month at $1,436.10.
Awesome, Missy.
Great month.
Wow.
Good job,
I
Missy.
sure did appreciate the check since I'm not working with teaching.
I'm sure, yeah.
It's going to pay my car payment.
Yay.
And I see Christine Reese is on here. Christina, you're not on mute. Can you tell us what you're doing? Her name's on here. Her face isn't on here.
Her
Hi,
mantle is on
Lauren,
here.
and hi, Janelle. Okay, is that all the horn tooting we're gonna do? Okay, so what we wanna do, just like Gracie just said, there is business out there. It took me a little while to get going, and I'm not running full speed yet. It's not like I would like to, but I had a lot of parties canceled in March and April, mostly in April. I had bridal showers and they've canceled. So really was scared. So I've been taking all the classes I could take, but that's not going to do it for you unless you actually apply what you learn. You actually have to go out and do it. And some of it is beyond my comfort zone. I'll be really honest with you. But
Have
it's
you done
do or
your
die.
virtual parties yet?
Pardon?
Have you done your virtual parties yet? Or
Mm-hmm.
how
Yeah.
are they going?
Not bad. I'm doing Zoom. I do virtual.
Okay.
I've done virtual parties before. It's not new to me.
Yeah.
Zoom is new to me. The virtual or the Zoom parties. So,
Can I
but
ask a
any,
question about the Zoom parties?
sure.
Do you have to like pay for a Zoom account, or do you get kicked out after 40 minutes? Because I
You
was
get
on a
kicked
Zoom
out
call.
in 40 minutes.
Well, we were just talking about that, Janelle. I have read from Zoom, so it's not just hearsay. I've read from Zoom that they're allowing people to be on longer now because of what's going on. There is a new security, well, like you all had to be allowed in, so you have to have the password because some not so nice things have been happening. They're crashing the site. So,
Yeah.
but they are, I read from a note from Zoom, a message from Zoom 2 weeks ago that they are allowing people to stay on longer. How much longer, I don't know. I do have a paid subscription, so I don't know personally, but my brother and our family were on for 2 hours and he didn't have a paid subscription. So that was yesterday. Now, some of these guys on here said that they have been kicked out. So I don't know, you know.
Okay, good to know. I was just thinking about the online parties.
Yeah, but you know,
Sherry?
you could do a 45-minute online show, yeah?
Sherry, I was just on Zoom yesterday, and I was also talking to the help desk yesterday. I have a paid subscription, but I'm still getting booted out at 40 minutes. That's some kind of a glitch with my own paid subscription that they're looking into. But I was told that teachers, people in the education field, are the ones that are getting the carte blanche, like unlimited, but that you can, once you have a party set up, if it does boot you out at 40 minutes, you can go right back into the same party with the same password. We did a family gathering yesterday, and that's what we had to do. When they booted us out at 40 minutes, we had to go back in. I don't know, you know, why they're not just kind of opening that up, but that's what we ended up having to do yesterday.
And that comes from Zoom, so.
Yesterday on help desk, yeah.
Okay, great. Thanks, Kim. Thanks. Okay. Kim has a little growth outside her head. So the whole point of it is that there is a lot of training that Pampered Chef is doing. They're doing a great job of passing information along and training, but it only goes so far. If we don't apply what we learn and get out of our own comfort zone right now, we will be dead in the water. And you don't want that. This will be over. This will be over. I don't know when, but it will be over. And we can pick up and be normal again at some point. So don't let your business die. Just, you know, do what you need to do to get through this. I have gone way out of my comfort zone on some of the things I've done. And you know what? I think it's going to actually make me a stronger and a better consultant. I have learned a lot, and Bianca, I'm so excited about what she's going to teach you, because what I have learned is part of what Bianca is teaching tonight, and it has made a huge difference in 5 days in my business.
Wow.
As far as orders, Bianca.
That's awesome. That's so good to hear.
That and a lot of prayer. So I'm gonna turn it over. I'm gonna share screen sharing with you, Bianca. How do I pass that on to you?
I think I can share my
You
screen.
just do it? Okay, great. I'm gonna pass it all on.
You might have to make me a moderator. Do you know?
I don't know how to do that.
So you guys bear with me just a moment. I'm gonna try to share my screen, and will you please tell me if it works, okay? So, okay. Can you all see this?
Yes.
Yeah, I can see it.
Oh, good. See, that was easy. Okay. All right, so ignore this thing over here. I think you can see that Audrey Hepburn is flipping us the bird on the left of my screen.
No, we want to see it now.
That is a new one of my Pampered Chef customers profile right now. So I hope that I am going to bring something new to the table today. It was kind of inspired by a discussion we had during the impromptu meeting that Sherry and Judy called a few days ago. So I'm going to teach you guys something that I learned on Facebook that has been kind of a game changer for how I am sorting my friends list into different categories. And it's kind of like customer and friend targeting in a way. I don't know if you guys have ever heard the phrase customer targeting, but it's like a good example of how we already do that is if you go into Consultant's Corner and you go to your reports and you find who has bought stoneware in the past, and then you say, okay, we have a stoneware special coming up in July or whatever month. So I'm going to go find all those people who have bought stoneware from me in the past, and I'm going to tell them about this special because they might want to add to their collection, right? So that's customer targeting. So I'm going to show you a really great way, an easy way to categorize your friends list on Facebook, on social media, to be able to target them in a way that opens up the door for people who might not already be your customer to be your customer. So did everyone an organization? If you haven't seen it, after this, I'm going to send you to your team page to print it off.
Can you guys mute yourself, please?
I think you're able to mute everyone too, Sherry, if you need to.
I can't see who's making the noise because I don't have the screen in front of me.
I can all see you, so
I'm
don't
gonna
think I can't see you. So when you get a chance after this meeting tonight, go ahead and print that off or save it to your computer because it's going to be your reference and it's going to be used as homework. And we're going to give away a little prize for the people, for everyone who fills it out. You're going to get put in a drawing for a prize. So I just want to tell you that now, and I'll show it to you also so you'll understand what I'm talking about. Yes?
Where is it? Oh, shoot,
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes.
It's on the Clausen team page, and it's also on our We Are the Pampered Pickles page, which is our whole organization page.
Okay, I'm on your.
You're going to go back to the Clausen page, and you're going to see what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
But I'll show you as well. I just want to do this first. So I'm just telling you guys, don't forget to go print that off, okay? Okay. So what we're going to do is a form of social media customer targeting. It's a way of engaging people, them into categories. So when you want to address certain groups of people with Pampered Chef business, like with a sale or with a product that is specific to a group of people, you're going to be able to do that very easily. So what you see right now is a post that I put up recently. Does everyone remember the post that was going around Facebook that said something like, show me a picture on your camera roll that is purple? And then all these people would show pictures from their camera that had something in it that was purple. So I spy with my little eye something purple, and you post something that's purple from your camera roll. It blew up. It was like 5 days of no other posts on Facebook other than pictures from people's phones that had to do with whatever color they were assigned. So I took that and I made this image that you see in front of you that says, I spy with my little eye, show me a food related. 159 comments just from this. So here is the thing. This is very low risk engagement. What that means is you're not asking anyone to buy anything. You're not stuffing your business in front of them and saying, look at me, I'm a Pampered Chef consultant. I just put up something that has to do with food because food is what people relate with to me, right? And I wanted them to have a little fun. But now this is a wealth of information for me because you can go into this and you can see the people who have commented, and you can put them into certain categories on Facebook to be able to relate other things that they might be interested in later. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So Rebecca Klein, who's actually on our team, is right here, and she graced me by being the first person to comment, which is always nice when you have other PC friends on Facebook that you can help each other out by getting your post going. the more people comment on your post, the more it's seen on other people's threads. And so your comment will get seen more often, and that's really what you want, for it to take off and explode like that. So if you hover over your friend's name, you can see below it says friends, following, and messages. So I have the option to follow Rebecca or not, right? I have the option to send her a message, or I have the option to go to that friends, sorry, hold on, I'm a little hung up, to go to where it says friends and click on that. And it says, I can either get notifications. So what that means is I can be notified every single time this person posts something on Facebook. So if it was someone like you really wanted to follow, for instance, if it was your teenage son and you wanted to know everything they were doing on Facebook, you would want to get notifications whenever they posted, right? I don't know that from experience at all. But you can put them into categories. So your main categories that you get are close friends, acquaintances, or you can add them to another list, or you can unfriend them. So if you have someone who's saying ugly things on one of your posts, but in this case, Rebecca is, I would consider her one of my acquaintances. A close friend to me is someone like I've known for 25 years, you know, but an acquaintance is someone I know in whatever capacity in life. And then you click add to another list. And I have some of my lists already created. I will show you how to do that. But you can always go at the bottom and create a new list. So for instance, if I wanted to put, you can make that, or we'll just make that short. I'll say, I'm never short, I'm always long-winded. Foodies, okay? So I will put Rebecca on my foodie list now. Oh, not on my restricted list, on my foodie list, okay? But what I have categorized her here as, she's an active friend. That means that she always comments on my posts, and she's also a PC consultant. Now, the reason why I have PC consultants as one of my categories is because there are times, thank you, there are times when you don't want everyone who comments to be a PC consultant, right? You want your information to get out to your main friends, but you don't necessarily want all your PC friends knowing what you're posting, or if it's something that you've made yourself, an image you've made yourself, and you really would prefer it not to be shared with the world because it has your business name on it or something like that. So you could target them later. So I'm going to show you how to, okay? Now, the key to this is I have created a post that gets a lot of engagement, and it's easy engagement. Everyone wants to play along because they're not being sold anything. And then I go through my friends list, and here's another one, for instance, and I categorize them. So for this person, I would say that she is an active friend, and she is also a Pampered Chef customer of mine. And she is not a foodie.
You think are active on Facebook?
Yeah, sure. So an active friend to me is someone who regularly comments on my posts.
Did you add that category, or that's a Facebook category?
No, that is my category.
Oh, okay.
So I put, I went to friends and I put a new list, but I'm going to show you an easier way to create your categories. But so I created that category, and the reason I want that is because when I have a post like this and I get 100 friends that are always commenting on my posts, they're solid, right? Well, 100 maybe, I'm going to say 20 because I'm going to be more honest. But if I have 20 people I know, they might not be my best friend, but they're always willing to comment on something or play along with a game. You know that those people, the potential for them to be customers in the future is probably pretty good because they go for it. They're willing to do whatever, and they participate in what I put up. So I consider them my active friends because they're always change. You can always adjust this. So your first assignment and I will write this all down for you, is that you're going to do an engagement post, something like this. And you can steal mine later. I don't care. That's all right. I made this myself, so it's yours for the taking. And you're going to, after you've engaged these friends, you're going to take each of those friends and you're going to categorize them. So you're going to go to friends and you're going to click on what you're going to make them into. So this person is an acquaintance. She's occasionally a PC customer, but I would say she's more of just an acquaintance. Categories. So that's the first thing, okay? Now, what do you do with that information, right? That's the part that leaves some people a little more confused. So I'm going to go to my home page here, and I want you to see on the left side where it says Explore. Down here is this friends list. Can I see a show of hands if anyone has ever looked down underneath Explore to see these other things and thought, oh, what's that? So when you click on friends list, you have your categories. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. This is fairly new information to me too, so I'm really just getting started. But I'm already seeing a lot of information, a lot of payoff for doing this work. So it does take a little bit of work up front, but you will reap the benefits later. So you can create your own list. So for instance, that foodies list, right? Foodies. You can make it easy on yourself if you have your friends list open on another window and you want to just type people's names as you go down your friends list. So for instance, we'll put Rebecca in there, right? And like my stepmom is a foodie. So we'll just, put it. So, but you could fill this with 400 names. It doesn't matter, okay? But I've created this category. Now, every time I put up a food post, I'm gonna go, not every time, but there will be times with people who have engaged in the past or who have a specific niche. So if they love food and I'm putting something up that's about like chocolate mousse and I really want the people who love to cook to engage with me, I'm gonna click those people under the post and I'm gonna show you how I do that right now. But let me just discuss this a little bit more. So right now I have PC customers, my active friends list, my PC consultants list, my acquaintances, my close friends. You can put absolutely anything on here. A great suggestion would be men, especially men who are also customers or who are the husbands of customers, because think about targeting men during Valentine's Day or at Christmas time, where you can do what I'm about to do, which is create a post like this. Who loves chocolate mousse? I have Okay, so I would put a recipe, a PC recipe for chocolate mousse. But now here's where you get to target and really make this useful for yourself. So right now you can see that this is gonna go just to my public news feed. And it will go to everyone, except we all know that Facebook kind of hides your messages or your posts. So remember that, because my next thing that I'm gonna show you is how to start engaging people who don't normally see your posts, okay? But in this case, it's just gonna go to my news feed, and that means everyone who sees my posts is gonna see this. And some people might not give a care at all about chocolate mousse, right? They might only like things farmer friends of mine who like don't make anything fancy, like no offense to farmers, but my farmer friends don't tend to make anything that takes too much time. So I'm going to change that. I want only the people that are going to care about chocolate mousse to see this post. So I click on public, I click to more, and then I can change to anyone. I could say only my friends, Right now, if it's public, my friends and anyone who they're friends with is going to see my post, which means, like, for instance, if I put up a fundraising post, I would want friends of friends of friends to be able to see that post. If I have a friend who comments on it, I hope their friends too will say, oh, a fundraiser. But in this case, I want to say, oh, also, if you want to hide something, for instance, if you want to ask for feedback about what to buy your husband for his birthday, but you don't want your husband to see it, you can. I could put in whoever's name is on that list, okay? So I could say, I want these 20 people who are like my girlfriends to see it, but I don't want my husband to see it. So he wouldn't be allowed on the list, right? But in this case, I'm going to say, I'm going to hope that it works, that I want to do, sorry, it looks different to me, but it looked, it worked last night. So just give me a second. So it allows me here to go into that friends list. So I want all my foodie friends. So if I had a list of 150 foodie friends and I wanted them to see this chocolate mousse recipe, you could see here, it's gonna go only to their news feeds. So you are already breaking up the Facebook algorithm that doesn't let everybody see your post, because you're telling Facebook that you've done some of the legwork and you know these people are foodies. It kind of tricks the system, but it's a way for you to target certain people to see the things you want them to see. For instance, and you love to talk politics, but you're also a Pampered Chef consultant. So the reality is, oh, Marianne's messaging me. Hi, Marianne, thank you. So if you are a political person, but you're also a Pampered Chef consultant, your Facebook page is your world, right? Whenever you post something on your Facebook page, you are allowing your whole Facebook community to see that side of yourself. So I don't know about you all, but in my world, I think probably 50% of my customers wouldn't want to know which direction I lean politically, because they might think that lady's crazy. Now, it might go the other way. Some of them will think, oh, she's for that candidate. I love her. I'm going to support her. You do get those gems every once in a while, but you post incendiary or political or offensive, even if you don't think it's offensive, if there's someone out there that might be offended by what you're posting, you should really either keep it to yourself or target your audience. So the people who are seeing it are the people who really don't mind that you have that thought, right? Nod that you understand what I'm saying and getting across. I would appreciate it. Okay, so that is a reason. Oh, go ahead.
Do you hear me? Don't they see the rest of your post though? The rest of that your post down?
Well, you can always go back later and hide a post. If you realize, oops, I shouldn't have posted that to the whole world. You know, if you posted it publicly and you change your mind now, or for instance, you don't want everyone to see a picture of your grandchild, right? You only want your friends to see it, but you don't want their friends and their friends to see it. You can always go back and hide a post. I will try to. Now you all see her. And I think currently this is public, so I can just hide it from my timeline if I want to. And there is another way to, I'll have to tell you later when my brain is working that way. There's another way to change.
It's just it's right over by the upside down triangle by your name.
It looks like it's for
Oh
friends.
yeah, thank you so much. They
Yeah.
change it like every 6 months. So see, you, Judy is exactly right. You click that and then you can change it back change it to only friends or only me. You can also create your settings so they only do something. So my settings is that I only share to friends most of my posts. And some of them I switch to public and some of them I switch to only to other things. So I can change it after the fact. Do you see that?
No, my question was, do
Mhm.
they see the rest of your posts? If they scroll down your posts, do they see the rest of your posts?
Right. Else, Rep, I would say you should have your page set to public. But and then just go off of this and change it if you want to. So they will see all of your posts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's sort of like giving yourself a fresh start. If you are someone who's kind of notorious for posting about your favorite political candidate or that you are anti this or pro this or whatever, you can go back and edit and change those posts to maybe make you look a little more neutral. Neutral is good when you're selling a product. Not all of it. Sorry, go ahead.
Crazy. So you're saying you have your whole profile as public, but then you just do certain things, you only let your friends see them? Because I have everything private, and then I only let friends see them. And then when I go live, I make it public because I realized I couldn't share them anywhere if I didn't do that.
Yeah. So here's the reason to consider going the opposite, to consider being public and then making some things private. It's because when everyone, first thing nowadays in life that people do is they go to your Facebook page and they go, who's Gracie? I want to see if this is someone that I would like to shop with. We might not think that that's what people are doing, but that's what people do. Nowadays, 60% of searches on for somebody who sells a product or for a product itself is actually done on Facebook. It's no longer done on Google or other search engines. People go to Facebook first. And so if you have your page set to private, you're not even going to pop up when someone searches for a Pampered Chef consultant in your area. But if you were to go to the search bar and put in Bianca Kamnitzer, Everett, Washington, they're gonna see me right away. If I'm private, it won't come up in their search bar because you've told Facebook that you don't want them to know. So you have to decide what's right for you, but I'm putting that out there, okay? So I know this is a lot of information, and I'm gonna go back and I can answer any questions later, but I want to keep moving forward. So this is the social, another bingo idea going around where you put a bingo up on your page and you ask for people to comment which slot they fill. But I'm going to give you a different way of thinking of that. And the reason is because not one method doesn't always work for everyone. And what it's constantly changing. So I want to give you another way of approaching social engagement with customers and friends that I hope, that I think will open up the funnel and bring more people into your realm having to do with Pampered Chef, your business, without actually saying to them, look at me, I'm a Pampered Chef consultant, and putting it out to the world all the time, right? So this is really about social media etiquette and what feels good in an interaction with somebody online. Because a lot of people online, we never actually meet in real life. They're always a virtual party guest. Or even worse, they're a virtual party guest who you engaged during that party, but then you never really talk to afterwards, other than to say, did you get your products, right? So this is my way of kickstarting you through social media, okay? So does that make sense? So I'm gonna walk you through it. So you've now created lists through your friends list to give everyone a category. And one of those categories I hope will be virtual media or virtual party guests. Because when you've really truly made a connection to somebody in a virtual party, which is really one of our goals when we're doing a virtual party, I hope that one of you will have friended each other. So that virtual party guest now becomes one on your friend list. And the question is, what are you going to do with that now that you have it, right? Now that you have that opportunity to keep connecting with this person. So I'm going to show you one of the things you can do. So this is both a challenge to you all and a way to get you to think outside of the box a little bit, but to reconnect with old friends and old acquaintances. You've categorized, after you've created a post or used my post to start getting some engagement and categorized your friends list, I want you to then start reaching out to people, not because you have to, but because genuinely we are all human. Humans need connection. So this is a way to create connection. I want you to go down your friends list and just based on what pops into your mind, find one person to fill every box. So for instance, if you have a friend who's always dreaming about going to like tropical islands and going to Europe and traveling all the box right above the free space. So like say Gracie was my friend who loves to vacation, but I haven't talked to Gracie in 3 months. Like we hardly ever call each other, right? Nobody ever calls each other anymore. But other than me saying like, oh, I like that picture of your kid, we don't really communicate. Like I maybe knew her when I was 25 and Facebook has brought us back together, but we don't really know each other other than what we post. So I'm going to send a message to Gracie. And my message is going to be really sincere and nice. And it's just going to say, hey, Gracie, I know we haven't connected much, but I'm super stoked that we are Facebook friends again. And I love seeing your pictures of all of your travels. What's one place that you really loved to visit? And I'm just going to send her that message. And that I'm not going to follow up that message with another message that says, I bet you know I'm a Pampered Chef consultant. More than likely, Gracie already knows I'm a Pampered Chef consultant because as many pictures that I see of her travels, she probably sees an occasional post of me saying this product is on sale or I'm having a fundraiser. So she knows I'm a Pampered Chef consultant, even if she hasn't really cared much. The reason she probably hasn't cared much isn't that she might not like Pampered Chef. It's that she anymore other than to say, hey, hi, I'm glad I see you on Facebook. So this is a way for you to go down your list and find people you have not engaged with and rekindle your relationships. They might be an old friend like Gracie. They might be a customer that bought something 6 months ago from you. And let's jump to that. If this was someone who, for instance, it's not even on this list, but you can just put that on the list. A customer who bought something from me 6 months ago that I haven't messaged since, right? If it was that person, I would say something like, hi, Lisa. It's been a long time since we talked. I'm so sorry I let this much time go by. How have you been? I've loved seeing pictures of your son. What grade is he in now? Right? Something so simple like that. You're not wanting that person to respond recognize that you have taken a moment to reach out to her. It's just about interpersonal communication and being a real person beyond just being a Pampered Chef consultant. So give me a nod if that makes sense to everyone. Yeah? Now, something I want to tell you guys is if you are in a mode right now, and I would be lying if I didn't say that I am also feeling this way, but if you are in the zone right or I am doomed, I would do anything right now to book shows. This method is not going to give you immediate immediate gratification. This is playing the long game. And so you have to separate those two things. And let me tell you, some of the people on your friends list, if you go down your friends list, they're already those active friends like I talked about. They're already the people who comment on everything that you message behind the scenes, that more than likely are already buying from you anyways because they want to support you as a friend and a consultant, right? You know those people. This is not about engaging those people. They're already your people. So don't worry about them. Those are also probably the people that when you reach out and you go, I have a goal to meet, let's have a show, they go, yeah, no problem, tell me when, right? So everyone has a few of those people, at least a handful. This who are nowhere near that list. And then slowly but surely drawing them into your funnel so they become one of those people. Does that make sense? Okay. So I'm going to tell you that this bingo is a little bit of it's a game, and I want you guys to take it and go with it. And I'm going to give you all today is Monday, so we're going to have until Friday to fill this out, okay? So your homework for this week, and I hope everyone can participate, and if you need help, don't hesitate to ask me or to ask Sherry, because we're on it. We're totally ready to help you figure this out. Your homework is to create or share a post that is a low risk engagement post. That post might be as simple as, what's your favorite potato chip? I'm actually getting ready to share that tonight. Not because I'm doing this game, but because I genuinely actually want to know, because I had this joke the other day with my husband. We went in the chip aisle and there was literally no sour cream and onion chips, and it was all he was craving the whole week. So people are definitely eating their potato chips right now. I'm gonna take this off, share the screen so you can see my face again. Let me try to do that. Stop share. Okay, I'm back. Can you see me? Okay, I'm sorry, I don't know how to use Zoom well enough that you can see me and see my page yet. So if anyone knows how to do that, message me later, okay? Your homework is to create an easy engaging post that just draws people into your page. I wouldn't even necessarily make it about food. It could be like, something about like whose brain is going crazy right now because you never thought you'd be a homeschooler, or something where you are asking people to engage with you, but not asking anything of them other than let's just have some fun. Okay. From that, you're going to see everyone who comments. I would give it a day before you start categorizing, because sometimes as people start commenting, their friends start seeing it and it spreads a little bit. You're gonna choose your categories and then start putting people into those categories. And then you're gonna go to the bingo card, and from the people that you have categorized, you could just go down the list of all the people who have commented. You're going to see which ones you haven't really engaged with recently. Recently for me is 3 to 6. So those are the people I'm trying to say, hey, there was a reason you were on my friends list in the first place. Let's revisit that, okay? And so time you do, just cross it off and then show us your bingo card. So we're going for a blackout. You'll get entered for a blackout into the prize contest, but you'll also get entered if you at least get 2 bingos, okay? That way, if some of you are working at home or you're exhausted by your children, you don't get penalized for only doing 2 bingos.
I have a lot of prizes too, Bianca, so we can do more than,
good.
Give away a lot.
So Sherry's just gonna throw prizes at all of you.
Yeah.
But especially if you get a blackout, there's going to be something awesome. Conversations with people, and don't play it safe. Okay. I don't know if you're cheating, but don't go down your list and choose people who would already expect you to message them and ask them a question, right? Choose people that you genuinely have not connected with in a long time. And remember, this is like the only time that you get to engage people with your business where you don't have to be afraid, because you're not like picking up the phone and thinking, oh my God, what am I going to say if they actually answer? Right? Just put it out there. Be yourself. Say it the way you would say it. Don't say it the way I would say it, right? It's all about rekindling connections. Whether or not that's a friend connection because you were like soulmates in the past, or it's just a customer connection, you're still just reaching out to people because you actually want to reach out to people. And we'll probably have a follow-up training at some point that's going to talk about how these people that you reach out to, if you maintain this engagement, they naturally and organically end up becoming customers, because it's not going to be immediate. They're not going to be a customer tomorrow. To that person going, oh, I was just thinking about you. Don't you sell Pampered Chef? I would be lying if I didn't say that doesn't happen. Occasionally I reach out to someone and they say that and I go, what? Oh my gosh, I can't believe we haven't even talked about Pampered Chef before. And they buy something or what have you. But you're looking for the long game of creating real, genuine relationships with people that lead to future business because they want to support me, Bianca, right? They want to support Christine. They want to support Kimberly. Not because you just stuck it in their face that there was some great sale and you have a fundraiser and you were bold enough to just green dot them and say, do you want to buy something or do you want to book a show? You know those people, you have those people. You can always message your regular active people and ask them to book the show, but this is going for creating a different kind of relationship with the people that you have sort of forgotten about. All right. So I'm sure there are some questions and I'm ready to answer them.
I want to say something. I don't usually do that, but anyways, I went live and I wrote and I said, what's for supper tonight? And I showed them what I was having for supper on a plate.
Yeah.
And then I said, comment what you're having. And I couldn't believe all the comments that I got from people.
Yes.
That just, they had to tell me what they were having for supper. It was hilarious.
Yeah. It's hilarious, but it's also amazing because I think these are all people who are starving for real interaction, right? They want you to comment back and say like, that looks so good, or oh my gosh.
And I did comment back, but it was interesting. People, they don't have anything to do.
Yeah. People are bored. Some people are lonely. Some people just live on social media anyways, you kind of know those people on your friends list already. And then some people genuinely would love to purchase Pampered Chef, but they also don't know how to bridge the lack of relationship with you. So you are, in essence, building the bridge and then waiting to see what comes of it, right?
Yeah, it was just something for fun of it.
Yeah. Well, follow up, and you already have your post. That was your post, your engagement post. I mean, I would say definitely put up another one tonight.
Yeah, I'll have to think of something, but anyways.
But feel free to use that one to be able to categorize people from.
Thank you, Bianca. That's good. I'll use that.
Yeah, good. Anyone else have questions? You just want to stare at me because I'm so good looking?
I have a question.
Yes, who's that, Judy?
Judy, yeah. So I'm not understanding what we're doing with the bingo card. Besides getting the bingos, what am I doing with the information? Can you share that bingo card again?
Sure. I made it into a bingo so it's a game for you guys. It could be anything. It could have just been a list of contact these people who are in this category. Like bingo is for your benefit so we can play a game. But you're going to go down that list and you're going to go down your friends list and you're going to find people on your friends list who you have not connected with in a while who fit those categories.
Can you show us the bingo card again?
Sure, hang on just a sec. Let me share one more time.
And it is in our team Facebook page. Bianca posted that.
Yeah,
And in the
I
Pampered,
posted
now
it.
the Pampered Pickles.
Okay.
So I'm going to create a group that says someone with two children.
No,
Okay.
no. The categorizing of I'm sorry to confuse you. The categorizing of your customer list, or I'm sorry, your friends list is a way for you to be able to target your post to certain people.
Right. So I'm going to make those little group categories in my Facebook.
The group on this social engagement bingo, those groups are not those categories. Your categories are going to be your own. You're going to categorize like my active friends group, my customer friends group.
Okay.
Okay. Does that make sense? Clarify that a little bit more?
Right. But what am I going to do with the information of knowing that someone likes to exercise? I'm just like, I'm not trying to be difficult, but I don't know what to do with that information.
So separate those two things in your head right now. The categories for customers and friends are different than this bingo card.
Okay. But what?
A bingo card is so you will have a frame of reference when you're going down your friends list of someone that you want to find someone on your friends list, for instance, who loves to exercise, and you're going to reach out to that person. It's just a way for you to start thinking about something to bring up with your friend.
Okay.
Does that make sense? It's a prompt it's essentially a prompt. Oh, so-and-so loves to go on vacation. I'm going to write them, and it gives me something to bring up in conversation with them. This person's a first responder. I can ask something about how their job is going and if they feel stressed or if they need some love, in some way.
Okay, but we're not posting that bingo card on Facebook.
Correct. And it says that on the post on the class and organization too. This is not a bingo for you to get people to engage with you publicly. Okay.
Yeah, because that would be very generic and targeting.
Exactly.
And they would not, I personally would not be open to somebody.
No. This is
me
totally
going,
different.
oh, you exercise. How's that going?
Let me just reiterate that. This bingo card that you see here that I'm sharing with you all is not a card that you guys put up on your page and you say, hey, friends, which category do you fit in? Okay? Pretend that this bingo card isn't even here. If you were just looking at your friends list, I'm going to hide it from you now. If you were just looking at your friends list and the bingo card's gone, go down your friends list and find someone you haven't engaged with in a while, and you go, what do I remember about that person, right? Or so-and-so just had a baby, but you haven't even said anything other than congratulations about that baby, right? Message that person and be like, hey, how's little so-and-so going? And ask them if they need something and tell me something that she's doing, right?
And use it as a conversation starter.
That's all it's about.
Something in common or something you know about them.
Yeah. And it's
I kind of figured, but I just wanted to clarify. And then the other one was just a comment when you, I don't know if Facebook has changed, but whenever you go in and make a post, remember how we did it to only friends, to only me? I don't know if they've changed, but in the past, if you were to go in there and you put in there only friends or only me, which means only you will see that post, not one single Facebook friend will see that post. It defaults. So the next post you go to put in is going to also go to only me unless you change it.
Yeah, you can change it right away. If you put a post in, you can change it right away, but I do not think it defaults any longer.
You don't? Okay.
No. I can certainly play around with it and just post that to our page.
Because it would just get just to be aware if it does default to that you want to be aware that. So what I do is I just post it regularly and then I go and edit it like Bianca showed us.
Yeah,
that's where I want it to be, and then I never have to worry about it defaulting to a different way.
I think that's certainly one way to do it. What I'm trying to do is just be very conscious about who I'm posting to and adjust it every post. I think it's a good way for me to be really aware. who do I really want to see this post? Like, and to be more genuine, you know, like, not everything I share has to go to everyone. So, yeah. And again, this is one way of reaching out to people. I want to make it fun for you, so we turned it into a bingo game, but the whole point is to encourage you to go into your friends list and start to re-engage. Yeah. I mean, I have like 600 people on my friends list, and I probably regularly communicate with 30 of them. Like, that's crazy, you know? So and Facebook knows it too. So after a while, you start seeing posts from like 30 people, and you think, oh, I'm just going in circles. It's the same 30 people. So this also tells Facebook, hey, I'm engaging with a lot more people. Can you please show me what they're posting? And then that opens up the conversation even more. Yeah. So I hope I haven't numbed you all this evening.
This is great, Bianca. Thank you very, very much.
Good.
Really.
You're welcome.
I've done what's really gotten and I've gotten orders in the last, since we've talked, not doing this exact thing, but because of our conversation. I went into my VIP page because of our conversation. I realized the same people were coming to my classes, the same people were conversing with me, the same people were ordering, and it's a very small group. It's very limited. Yeah. And so it's not supporting me the way I need it to support me right now. So for every day except Sundays, I go in to my membership on my VIP page, and I do 5 a day. 5 to stay alive is my theme. 5 a day, and I send them. I go into their Facebook page. I put them in search and go into their Facebook page and looking for something that they've posted that we have in common, and make a conversation, start a conversation with them.
Yes. That's exactly it.
It's kind of this thing, a roundabout way. And it has in the last, when did we talk? Probably a week ago or so.
Yeah, a little
Tuesday.
less,
Tuesday. Okay, Tuesday and Wednesday. Since then, I have gotten orders because of that. And I wasn't doing it to get orders. I was doing it to get them active in my VIP page again.
So what did you say to them? Like, you messaged them? They're all your friends?
I clicked, they were friends, but like Bianca said, I hadn't talked to them for quite some time. And they were in my VIP page. And because we hadn't conversed, they were dropped off. You know, they dropped off. They didn't opt out. They don't show up. Right. Yeah. They don't see my post anymore. And so I just went into their Facebook page and messaged them, sent them a personal message asking how they're doing right now, and just something that we had in common based on the post that I saw them recently put on their VIP or their Facebook page. And not one person has been upset. All of them have contacted me back, and a couple have placed orders.
Yeah.
Like, they just placed orders out of the blue?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because Sherry, you didn't message them and say, hey, remember me? I'm a Pampered Chef consultant. Is there anything you need?
No, that's not how I work. I don't want to do that because I don't appreciate that being done to me. And they know exactly, I think they know exactly what you're doing then. And I don't want to look desperate. So I just started a conversation. One of them, I knew her 2 sons were getting married this summer. And I just said, hey, how are things going with the wedding? Are you going to have to postpone it? How are they going to do? You know, just that, just a conversation starter. And I've been in, it's taken a while. It has taken some time, I will tell you that, because they write back and then I want to write back and everything else. But and I didn't do it to get orders. I did it to get them back into my Facebook group.
Yeah.
But it has gotten me orders.
Yep. And it works like that. Like sometimes it works right off the bat, and sometimes it really is 6 months from now. I'll give you guys a couple of examples. I've really been struggling the last 3 months with booking shows, and I will be the first one to say it's because I had a month of desperation, but I also had a month of sort of feeling defeated, and so I didn't do my contacts. I didn't do my work really. And it's really hard to start from scratch again, right? When you're not booking shows from other shows and you have to fill your calendar with, from the ground floor up, right? it's really hard to do that. Well, I found that I was feeling really disingenuous when I was just messaging people out of the blue and saying, how are you doing with this? Blah, blah, blah. Everyone's still cooking. Let me book some shows. Now, I'm not saying that that doesn't work, and it works for a lot of people, but I feel like in my own personal life, it's not sustainable. And it does feel somewhat desperate for me to do that. That is not me criticizing anyone else who uses methods like that, like at all, because for a lot of people, it's very successful. But it didn't feel real to me, and it made me feel like I was burnt out on the business because of it. But what I did start doing was just reconnecting with people I haven't connected with in a long time and asking them genuinely, like, what's going on? Like, some of them were in college, like adult learners who their whole world was turned upside down recently. So I just brought up conversations about things like that. And it turned into booking shows, because a lot of times people will genuinely actually say, how's the business for you? And what's going on in your life? And then I could say, this is what's going on in my life. And I could genuinely say, my business has been really tanked right now because of this. But it was a sincere conversation between the two of us. And a couple of times it ended up with them saying, oh, well, I haven't had a show with you yet. I'll book a show. And another time they said, well, do you have any shows open? I have a need for this or whatever. So in the course of your conversation, it can steer back to your business. And it might never steer back to your business. But the point is that you are reconnecting in a human way with others, right? Without an agenda. And so it works. But also the other thing it does for you is it makes you less lonely. Right? You know, like, just as much as you're saying, well, I haven't talked to that person in so long, they are also thinking it. Wow, I haven't talked to Bianca in so long. How nice this is.
Yeah. You could just be that one thing that person needs that day, is someone just to contact them and say hi, because maybe no one else has contacted them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because it's so easy to just say like or love or haha on a post as you're scrolling by. But that person, they might see the little message that pops up that says Bianca liked their image, but it's not really a connection. And so I'm just saying, take it one step further and actually send them a message, right? And then see what comes of it. So it's like, my husband used to sell cars, and he always says, it's like the difference between walking into a dealership and saying, I'm interested in a new Honda, and having like 3 different sales reps be like, let me tell you what we think you should buy. It's like the difference between that and saying, hey, my friend Terry her husband sells Hondas, and I've met him and I really like him. He's like such a nice person. Next time I need to buy a Honda, I'll probably look her up. And then you look up Terry one day and her husband's still selling cars, and you go to the dealership and you're met with somebody who's an acquaintance, who's a nice guy, who doesn't pressure you to buy a Honda that you don't really need, right? So he says, instead of having someone say, you need the sports car, and you're saying, I need a minivan, you have a real genuine connection with someone who goes, if you need a minivan, let me show you all the options. So it's like, it just feels more real to have a real connection, to be able to say, I talk to Judy all the time through Messenger. I might not have never ever met her, but she's always so nice, and she really cares about my kids or whatever.
I'm sorry, I did that.
I need a can
camera
opener. I remember Judy sells Pampered Chef. I'm going to ask her. So, yeah. That's it. That's
Bianca, thank you. I know that I've gained an awful lot, and I'm gonna post this. I do need someone who knows how to post. When there's a recording over an hour, I can't get it to post. So if someone can walk me through that, because this is over an hour.
Okay.
Other words, I will not be able to post this. I can't figure out how to condense it, get it to record. It won't do it for me. So,
okay.
But I will post this because I know I want to hear it again, and
Okay.
I want everybody else to hear it too. So,
okay.
One more
I'm
question.
going to tell you how much I appreciate this, Bob. You put a lot of time into this.
You're so welcome.
Thank you, Bianca.
I'm happy to pass.
Thank you, Bianca. It's
You're
very
welcome.
nice.
Thanks, Bianca.
Judy,
I have one more question about the list.
Okay.
So I made a picture like you did with the food picture camera roll.
Yeah,
And
good.
now I'm having people comment on it. So
Yay.
I'm going to put them in. I know it's such a fun game. I think it is. I'm going to put it into a list and say Pampered Chef friends. What am I? Just because they're, or foodies. Oh, because they like food.
You
Gotcha.
can put them in foodies. You could create any list you want, right? But they can be more than one category. So some of
Sure.
those people might be your regulars who are always commenting. Make them your active friends. The ones who are always commenting no matter what you put up. You know that.
What do I do with that information, Bianca?
You could put up a picture of your toe and they would still say like, "Oh, Judy, your toe's so
Right.
cute," right?
Yes, I have a few friends who are like that.
Yeah.
But what do I do with that information?
Because there are times where you want to show something to those people. Like you
Okay.
might want to say like, I got my eyebrows done and they look awful and I need my people to back me up and make me feel better. You're going to show your active friends your bad eyebrows,
Okay.
right? But you don't want the rest of the world to know you messed up and went to the wrong brow girl. Like, so those are your people. And then you want different categories for like I'm still refining this, right? But my PC customers who are just customers, and I might not connect with them very often, but every once in a while they say I need this or my stone broke. Those are the ones that are going to go to my PC category only. But then I have PC customers who are like the ones who are always willing to support me. Like those are my active PC customers. So they get a different category because they're the ones who are also going to share my fundraiser posts, right? They're the ones who are going to tell the world that I'm a Pampered Chef consultant who's trying to earn Disney, right? That's a different kind of person. So you just have to figure out what works for you and your brain. My brain is crazy and full of an immense amount of words, and it doesn't make sense to most people. So, so you don't want to use my categories because it will confuse you. But the whole point is to just narrow it down. So if, for instance, you wanted to post to everyone that you had a special, but you don't want the people who could care less about your Pampered Chef business to see your special, you're going to be able to post to the ones who actually care about your PC business. And if you're posting about something having to do with your church service on Sunday, but you have like Pampered Chef consultants who you know are atheists, for instance, it does not matter. It should not matter in business if your Pampered Chef customers know if you're Christian or atheist, right? So you're going to post that to your friends, not your active friends, but just your regular friends. You know, you want to be able to separate out your life and your business. And then sometimes every once in a while that comes together because every once in a while you want to remind your real friends, all those other people who aren't in the PC customer category, hey, by the way, look at me, I am still a consultant, because sometimes they move categories and you go back and you edit because so-and-so, like Kim, just became a PC customer after 4 years of knowing her, right? So then she gets put in a different category or her categories expand. So it is ever evolving and changing, this way of looking at it. But it's no longer just 400 people on a list of which you only get to engage with 30. It makes it more meaningful and it narrows, it broadens your social media world. And it makes it so Facebook doesn't get to control who you communicate with.
Well, thanks, Bianca. Appreciate it. You guys can,
I can help you post later too.
okay, that'd be great. And you can ask Bianca. I mean, I don't want to take all of Bianca's time away from her because she needs to work her business too. But you can post questions on our team Facebook page because everybody might have the same question as well. And just be courteous of Bianca's time. I just ask you for that because she's put a lot of work into this class. And I really, really appreciate that, Bianca.
I hope you guys got a lot out of it. Thank you for having me.
We did. Thank you, Bianca.
All right.
It will only work if you guys do something about it.
Yes.
Just sitting on the class doesn't make it work, doesn't make your business better. You have to actually take the time, be diligent in this, and make it work for you, okay?
I can't wait to see your filled out bingo cards. I'm excited
We'll
about
be
that.
giving out prizes. We have some pretty cool, I have some pretty cool prizes. So.
Awesome. Okay. Good night,
Okay.
everyone.
Bianca, I'll be talking to you later.
Okay, bye, Sherry.
Bye, girl.
Bye. Bye,
Bye,
Bianca.
everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.